Once the dust cleared from the November breeding stock sales, 3 of the first crop sires at Lane's End Farm emerged on the top 10 list in a competitive group of young stallions. Second to Triple Crown winner American Pharoah by average was Honor Code, while Liam's Map was third on the list, and Tonalist also cracked the top 10, while Mr. Speaker saw his first foals go through the ring as well. These stallions represent a diverse group, and today as we look ahead to the Keeneland January sale, we're out at Lane's End to speak with Bill FARISH about the impact the winter breeding stock sales play on the start of a young stallion's career. The rubber meets the road for a commercial sire during the major yearling sales, but the November and January markets offer a chance to see how a stallion's progeny will be received. So Bill, how important are these winter mix sales in the development of a young stallion's career?
Well, the November sale in particular is very important because it sets up the third year for a stallion. So, you know, we obviously are working hard to get the first 2 books to be very solid, and the third book becomes more difficult. And so how the horses' weanlings are perceived and received is crucial to that third year. So. That's kind of where we are now. We're very excited about all 4 horses' chances, and they've been supported very well in the first 2 years by breeders, all with around 250 to 300 mares already bred, and this third year will only add to that. They all represent different price points, different pedigrees, and so we're excited about all of them.
Speaking of pedigree, Honor Code has an impeccable one. He's from AP&D's last crop. His youngsters sold very well at the November sales, with 9 through the ring for $192,778 average. He has 6 short yearlings consigned to the January sale. Talk about the anticipation of his first crop and the type of physical he throws.
Well, it's very exciting because he really is throwing himself. He's a real cross between AP&D and Stormcat, and he's very solidly made, strong horse, and he's passing that along. The bodies he's putting on his short yearlings, his foals are, is very, very much like his. So we're very excited about what we're seeing.
Liam's Map is a quick son of Unbridled Song, who won the Breeders' Cup Mile at Keeneland in a tremendous performance, which definitely got the breeders' attention. He had 12 weanlings sell for $142,500 average in November. 4 youngsters available in January. What were your pre-sale expectations for him, and what attributes solidified his ranking with the 3rd highest weanling average?
Well, I think breeders and buyers are excited about Liam's Map because he's a different type of Unbridled Song. He's much more balanced, and he's a very good physical, and he's throwing that. So that's an exciting thing for him to see him, come in 3rd, and it's such a deep quality crop. Was great to see, and with very little market manipulation, which in some cases is what shapes those numbers. It's not always a true number. What you like to see is the feedback from people and the overall crop, and that's what really creates a buzz and helps fill those 3rd year books. It helps a lot to get off to a start like all 4 of these guys have, and have the support of breeders that they've had. Really makes a big difference. And if you can get 3 really strong crops under them, it's up to them to make it at that point.
Tonalist cracked the top 10 list in November with an $89,467 average from 15 sold, and he has 4 short yearlings cataloged to January. With a Tappet horse whose progeny are anticipated to hit their best stride at 3, what challenges do you face on both marketing and developing his book?
Well, I think that is a perception, but if you look at his race record, he won 2 big mile races, a grade 1 mile and a grade 2 mile race. He's more precocious than people would think, and more speedy than people would think. So that's really what we're trying to explain to people, is that this is a stallion that really could get you a classic horse, and distance probably will not be an issue, but speed won't be either. He's got speed in his pedigree, both top and bottom.
Mr. Speaker spent some time in Chile and actually ended up having to return there. He has 5 entered in the January sale. Talk about what happened to him and the task you face in reintroducing this son of pulpit to North America.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker had a very good first season here in Kentucky. Went down to Chile, Had a great season down there, then was sent back to Miami, and when he got to Miami, unfortunately tested positive for pyroplasmosis. So he had to go back to Chile, so I think the first horse in 30 years to have this happen, and was not able to stand his second year at stud here. So we're bringing him back in his third year. He's now testing negative for pyroplasmosis, luckily, and so we're reintroducing him. Got a great syndicate behind him, and they're breeding to him in a big way. So we're hopeful that he can pick right up where he left off his first year. He's an exciting prospect for breeders because he's a Grade 1 winner who is bred exactly the same way as Tappet. We're excited about hopefully getting a good book for him this year.
Talk about your consignment to the January sale. What are some of the highlights?
Well, we've got a good consignment, and the catalog looks to be a solid one. So hopefully we'll get some good participation from the buyers, and people will take note of this sale. It's important. There's, as you pointed out, a lot of short yearlings at the sale, and it's good for all these stallions to keep the momentum going.
The Keeneland January sale begins Monday with sessions starting daily at 10 a.m. Look for our Book 1 video recap after the Tuesday action, and of course you can follow our on-site coverage at bloodhorse.com and in Blood Horse Daily.